What's happening? It's Chris Hall here. You are now tuned into the Chris Hall Show, where we discuss dating, relationships, and much, much more. Clearly, by the title of the live today. So, just a little update. You know, we're having a little slow start, getting back in the groove of things, picking back up where we left off. Sex Life, Sex Life, Sex Life, Season 1, Episode 6 is out right now. Not now, but right now on YouTube. Check the YouTube channel, click the link in the bio. That'll direct you. It'll put you in, you see that wart back there? It's going to put you in there. And it's going to take you to the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell, give a thumbs up for your boy. It's free. A thumbs up is free 99. I know how y'all like free stuff. So, unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that Kyle Rittenhouse is not guilty of all counts. He has been acquitted. Now, I know you're asking yourself, Chris, you run a page or a channel on dating and relationships. What in the hell are you doing talking about Kyle Rittenhouse on your channel? I'm like, okay, well, I like to speak my mind on my channel. I like to speak my mind on live. As you've seen last week with the live, we just go on a rant. We interact in the lives. Y'all ask me questions. I try to answer them. I interact with a lot of people in the YouTube comments, actually. I have a little bit more traction on there. So I appreciate y'all that subscribe, that comment. I try to get back to y'all as fast as I can. But this isn't a political channel. But I will say I've had a lot of discussions regarding Kyle Rittenhouse as of late from women mainly. So I thought it would be pretty cool to bring my point of view and the truth in the Kyle Rittenhouse case to my platform. So, where do we start? Disclaimer. The question isn't, would we do anything that Kyle Rittenhouse did, or would we do anything that the rioters down there in Kenosha, Wisconsin did? I think most people who watch my content at least would say absolutely not. But the question at hand is not, would we do it? It's if someone does it, is it legal? There's a lot of things that we wouldn't do, but if we would do it or not is not the conviction, okay? If someone should have been there in the first place is not a conviction, right? So what was he doing there with a gun in the first place, right? What was he doing there with the AR-15 style rifle? I'm not sure if you all know this or not, but if you carry a long gun, at least in the state of Georgia, and most gun laws, at least states who do have gun laws, especially when it comes to concealed carry, and definitely open carry, has pretty much the same rules to it across the nation, which is you have to carry it openly. I cannot stick an AR-15 in my pants or a shotgun and walk around with it concealed in my pants. That is against the law. I have to open carry a long gun, not a firearm, a long gun. And I've had conversations with women who know absolutely nothing about, doesn't even know what a long gun is, but you have such strong feelings towards a case regarding situations that you know nothing about. Okay? Have I ever shot someone? Of course not. Have I ever been fear of my life to shoot someone? Of course not. But I do know what I can and cannot do with what I purchased. That's what I do know. I have taken firearm safety courses. I have read about this stuff. I have put over 1,000 rounds downrange through each one of my firearms. So why am I arguing with a Macy's manager about firearms is beyond me? But I entertain it because it's good content. So why not, right? It's the weirdest thing, but let's get into it. So we all know that this riot was in lieu of a police shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It was a dude by the name of Jacob Blake, right? If you all remember this, I know a lot of my guys, that's when the Milwaukee Bucks, we were all in the bubble in the NBA, and they had walked off. They walked off and canceled the game. I believe they were playing Orlando. If I'm not mistaken, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. This is all off the top of the dome. Okay? And I remember Kenny the Jet Smith had this overly emotional exit on TNT because he felt like he should join his brothers in this demonstration, if you will. So we lost a whole night of basketball over there because of this Jacob Blake shooting. Now, some of you may not know who Jacob Blake is. I've done some research and I found out some information on Jacob Blake and those events leading up to his shooting. So the Jacob Blake shooting occurred on August 23rd, 2020. He was shot 7 times by a police officer. I believe 4 times in the back, 3 times in the side. But after all them shots, who's really counting at that point, okay? There's a myth going around that a young lady even came in my direct messages very proudly with her chest out, saying this to be true, that Jacob Blake was unarmed. And you may see that in some articles. I've seen a lot of articles kind of phrase, the way you phrase a title, that's the first thing that snatches you. How I name my lives, how I name my topics, how I name my titles, how I do my thumbnails, everything is done for eye catchers. Even this weird shit in the back is for eye catching, right? It's to catch your eye. So a lot of publications, they put things online, or they put things on this idiot box behind me just to grab you. So they'll put black man shot by white police officer 7 times. And that'll be it. That is going to automatically grab you and your antennas are going to go up like, what did I just see? Some of y'all, I'm going to say 20 to 30% of y'all won't even dig any deeper than that right there. That's all you need to see. And then you go on Instagram, you find a couple memes that pertain to that situation and echoing some of the same sentiments that you've seen earlier, and you'll repost it, put an angry face, curse, put all type of weird, mean gifs and this, that, and the third. And you don't even know what's going on. You're just trying to be seen. That's it. You're just trying to be, you're not mad are you mad? Honestly. People need to stop capping online. You'll see some Black Lives Matter content of somebody getting shot by the police that one of y'all will repost. And then the next video, 20 seconds later, is some twerking with you laughing. How hurt were you really at what you just seen? Y'all be so fake. Stop being fake. That's not real whatsoever. I've literally sat by somebody who put crying emoji, like literally crying emojis on a post while we were laughing and drinking. But on the post, they're crying as if this has ruined their entire day and their entire way of life. Jacob Blake was not unarmed. Jacob Blake had just got finished physically fighting the police. He got tased twice, got up as if he could press restart on everything that just happened, walk around the car, open the door with cars with kids in it, pulled a knife underneath the footboard of his car, of the car, not his car, of the car, and then he was shot. Now, I understand no one wants anyone to get shot, but what you have to ask yourself is anything that I just said reasonable for a sound-minded person to do? I'll wait. Jacob Blake had a warrant for his arrest for third-degree sexual assault, I believe earlier that year. Trespassing and disorderly conduct for domestic abuse. Jacob Blake's baby mama was the one who called the police there in the first place. He wasn't supposed to be there, and his baby mama was actually the same person who he sexually abused. So in my mind, I'm looking at these women who are mad and upset, and even the men. And I'm like, man, and some of you may find this a bit cruel, but I understand. But are we that concerned about a sexual abuser of women fighting the police, pulling out a knife and getting shot for it? I mean, like I said earlier, we don't want nobody to get shot. We don't want nobody to die. I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't want nobody to get shot neither. I wish we all could get along. I really do. But when you play silly games, you get silly prizes. So in my mind, I was always like, damn, are we that concerned to where we... And then in the WNBA, they put his name on a shirt. It was a black woman that called the police there to protect her from a black man. Let me say that again for the people hard of hearing in the back. It was a black woman who called the white police on a black man to protect her. Y'all ain't listening. Y'all hear me, but y'all ain't listening. So all you pro-black, protect black women, people who were upset at this situation, especially if you knew the facts on the ground, you should be ashamed of it. You're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. It's protect black women when it's Breonna Taylor. But when it's the woman who called 911 on Jacob Blake, they don't even have her name anywhere. That's how insignificant that woman was to the media. That's how insignificant whatever her situation was. We don't even really know. If you didn't go digging for it, the media don't show that. Because it's so unimportant. It's not juicy. They can't sink their teeth in it. Crazy, right? So after that, there was obviously civil unrest because of left-wing media propaganda and people not getting the facts. All these world stars and the spiritual words and all these places. I mean, mind you, I follow y'all. I do follow y'all, but I know how the game go. They're not going to tell you what happened. They're just going to put that title that I said earlier, white cop. They're going to gotta put the race. Have to. That is a must. White cop shoots black man 7 times. That's all it's going to say. Just like I told you earlier. I've seen it with my own eyes after I seen the whole thing on video. The whole thing. People will literally either not believe what their eyes are seeing. They're so blinded by their emotions and their loyalty to a certain cause. I won't even say color, just a certain cause. That people will literally not see what you just saw. So riots broke out 2 days later in Kenosha, and then enters Kyle Rittenhouse. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure most of you never did any research on this situation to where you actually seen the videos leading up to the shootings. As far as I seen, it was a young 17-year-old who, mind you, I didn't think should have been there, but he was there along with everybody else. Okay. And that's what we seem to forget. A lot of people were there. You act like he was the only one there. There was a lot of people there. So what makes him any different from the people that were burning shit up? I would say at least he's on the side of not burning shit up. Wouldn't that be a plus? Regardless whether he's there or not, he's here. It's over. He's already here. So you can throw that other shit away. He's already here, just like everybody else is here. Correct? I've never heard anyone mention about everyone else who was there. Everyone's there. There were other people also carrying AR-15 style rifles. It is not illegal for you to carry a AR-15 rifle in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Let me say that again. It is not illegal to open carry an AR-15. Even if I was walking by trying to get to my house and I just happened to have my AR-15 with me, that is not illegal. You all are blinded because it's out. So you're looking at it like, oh my God, he's there to shoot people. Most people don't have the understanding for self-defense with a firearm, you know, especially when they see it and they don't have to adhere to it. They don't have to acquiesce to any laws because they don't have one. So they don't have to deal with it. But when they see it, they're like, oh my God, a gun. I understand. I get it. But once again, and you have to really hang on this point, it's not illegal to carry a long gun in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Okay? Cool. Now, from what I saw in the videos, I seen Kyle saying he had a medic kit. He was there to help people. He was there to protect businesses from getting burned down, right? Those are the things I seen. I didn't see an aggressive, Trump-loving white supremacist. That I did not see. I seen a quirky kid that was there in some version of heroics. At least in his mind, he was being a hero. in protecting businesses and helping people in if they needed any type of medic care. That's what I seen in a snippet of videos. I didn't see a black hating racist white supremacist that came there to murder people. That is what that is a far cry from what I saw on the videos leading up. So what I seen is eventually they tried to burn a garbage bin and tried to, I'm assuming, blow up because there's a gas station. So they were trying to push a garbage bin into the gas station. So I'm assuming cause a huge explosion. I'm no rocket science, but gas and fire is usually not good. So they end up putting out said fire. They put out said fire, and then the people who started the fire got mad. So now it's a big ruckus. Enters Joseph Rosenbaum, which is the main person in question. And he was the most aggressive and deranged out of everybody that I seen out there. This person said out of his own mouth, which I heard, "Shoot me, nigga." Yes, this white man told, I'm assuming a white person, it was mostly white people out there in general, there was some black people, to shoot me, nigga. He was mad aggressive. They had to push him back, hold him back numerous times. They held him back throughout the whole video. He and then gains chase of Kyle Rittenhouse, throws something at him, chases him behind some back alley, allegedly tries to grab the nose of his gun. Now stop there. If you focus your attention to the idiots chasing somebody who has if you're that afraid of the big black gun, right? Why would you chase somebody with it? I think that you all have focused your energy to what the media told you to focus it on. So everyone who I come encounter with is honing on, why is he Kyle Rittenhouse there with the AR-15? Right? If you for a second put your feelings to the side, you'll pick them up later. Trust me. I promise you, you can pick them up later. You won't have a choice, knowing you. If you put your feelings to the side and you ask yourself, why would someone in their right mind chase someone with a high capacity rifle in their hand? Mind you, the person with the high capacity rifle is running away. Am I missing something here? Am I missing something? Please, in the comments, tell me what I missed. If you focus your energy, not on why Kyle is there, we can get into that later. That's cool. Not why he's there or why you feel like he's there. Why would someone in their right mind chase someone with a high capacity round rifle with nothing at all? There's no equalizer here, ladies and gentlemen. None. He chased them with nothing for the most part. He threw something, but after that, he continued chase with nothing, as far as I know of, and tried to take it. Now, when you try to take someone's rifle from them, you are posing one of the biggest threats that an unarmed person can possibly cause on you, which is trying to disarm you. Let me say that again to the people in the back. To me, at least, I'm no professional, okay? But to me, the greatest threat from an unarmed person is trying to disarm someone armed. Okay? I don't know if you all realize that or not, but I can't think of another thing that an unarmed person can do when it relates to violence that would make them now a deadly threat. than taking my gun. He gets smoked, right? He takes a dirt nap. He tries to get him aid, and then somebody in the background you hear say, "Get that motherfucker," right? He says, "Get that MFer," and Kyle realizes that this is going to be a crazy incident because I just shot somebody, and I'm trying to help him, but they're not going to allow me to. He jumps on the phone. We're all assuming he called 911. I don't know. He could have called his lawyer. Who the fuck knows? He ends up running away. He's running away towards the National Guard who were deployed on Kenosha, Wisconsin due to those riots. He runs to the police. As he's running, the mob gains chase of him. Now stop here. Once again, why would you chase someone with a high capacity assault military style rifle? Why would you do that? What exactly did you plan on doing? No one thinks about that. I want you to put your feelings so you can get them after the video's over, I promise. You can get your feelings later. Put your thinking cap on. Why would you chase this person? So, moving forward, they gain chase of him. Of course, just like in every other scary movie, the white person falls, right? He falls on the ground. Someone hits him with a skateboard in the head. He shoots that person, right? He's in the afterlife. That was Anthony Huber. Tries to hit him with a looks like he hit him with a skateboard and then tried to hit him again. And then I think that's when he got shot. So that was Anthony Huber. He's in the afterlife. Once he went to the afterlife, in comes Gage Grosenkrotz, or however you pronounce his last name. There is literally a still image of him getting his arm shot damn near smooth off with a pistol in his hand stretched out when he got shot. I'm not sure if y'all are following me or if y'all can hear me or if you've even still been tuning in for this long. You've probably gotten triggered by now and you're long gone. And that's the problem with most of us, is we're too easily triggered instead of just opening our minds for a second just to hear it, see it, receive it, go online, do your research for yourself, and then see if what I was saying was bullshit. If it's bullshit, now you should feel empowered to come under this post and quote all your references and tell me how much of a fucking idiot I am. You have the right. I mean, listen, I love being right. Believe me, I love being right. I can admit when I'm wrong, but I love being right. So if you can prove me wrong, that should brighten up your day. But most of y'all, like I said, have been triggered by now. You're gone. You're not going to even hear the rest of this. But those who are still here, I appreciate you tuning in and not getting triggered, because you might learn something and leave this video with a whole new outlook on media propaganda and just on race relations in the country as it stands today. So, boom. Gage gets shot in his arm. This is the man who lived to testify on the stand that he did not get shot until he pulled a gun out on Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, even though I said earlier, we would not be in this position, me nor y'all. That's not our thing. Us, we don't do that. Either one. We don't do that. We're not doing that. But for a second, put yourself in Kyle's position. You have a gun. Someone pulls out a gun on you that you don't know at all after you've just been hit and attacked and you just had to shoot another person from trying to take your gun. What would you do exactly? Would you wait and see if a flag comes out of that motherfucker and says bang? Is that what you would rather wait for? I mean, you tell me. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all know, because y'all argue with me about it. So what exactly would you do? Remember, we have taken out of our minds, why is he there in the first place? That's not a case. That's not up for debate here. He's not on trial for being there. Excuse me, he was not on trial for being there. He can be there just like the lunatics were there. Okay? So we're only talking about the facts currently on the ground. So once he got shot with the gun in his hand, pointing it at him, Kyle then got up. That's when everybody kind of dispersed and seen that this dude means business. That's when he got up, walked towards the National Guard with his AR-15 on a sling, with his arms up to turn himself in. Then we have the trial. He gets acquitted. Now, let's talk about the individuals. I won't say that y'all defending them per se, but if you think Kyle is guilty, then technically you're defending the people who got shot, right? I mean, I'm just putting two and two together. I'm not a college graduate. I got a high school diploma, barely. Okay? So y'all smarter than me. You tell me. So let's talk about these people. Let's talk about the first one, George Rosenbaum. Who is George Rosenbaum? George Rosenbaum was charged with 11 counts of sexual child molestation, oral sex, and showing minors porn. The ages of his victims range from age 9 to 11. He was convicted of 2 counts of those allegations and then plead out of the rest. He has a rap sheet longer than the Mason-Dixon, and it stems from 2003, pretty much once he became an adult. That's Joseph Rosenbaum, the first person he shot. A convicted child molester is who you all are defending. Because like I said, if you say Kyle is guilty, then you have to be in with virtue of defending him, of saying he's guilty, then you're defending the people who got shot. Okay, so you got to know who these people are. This is the person who literally said, "Shoot me, nigga." This is the white guy that said, "Shoot me, nigga." Anthony Huber was a felon convicted of strangulation and repeat domestic abuser. And the one who survived, Gage Grosenkreutz, has a rap sheet of convictions of burglary, theft, and is also a domestic abuser. So you're defending a child molester and 2 domestic abusers. And from what it seems like, not very good guys. Okay? I don't know them. You don't know them either. So I'm just having you get to know them at the least. If you're going to defend them, you should know them. At the least. At the least. So there are a few myths because like I said, I've had numerous conversations about this case. And there are a few myths to where the media has misled y'all with propaganda to get you going. What y'all have to understand is that the nation runs off of divide. Why do you think they champion these things that really mean nothing to us, like personally, right? They separate the blacks and the whites. They separate the gays and the straight, the trans and the this and the that, the Democrats, Republican, left wing, right wing, moderate, far right wing, far left wing, Democrat, Republican. They just liberal, conservative, Christian, Jewish. Everything is separated. And we stay separated so we can stay divided, and there will be an actual need for government and media. If we were all holding hands singing Kumbaya, if this was just some type of parallel universe full of some type of modern day utopia, then we would have, why would we need government to do anything for us if we can handle everything ourselves? What you need government for? If we could all get along, but the reason that we have it is because we cannot all get along and somebody needs to play daddy, unfortunately. So, Mythbuster time. Kyle Rittenhouse drove across state lines. Now, I understand. When somebody says someone carried a AR-15 across state lines, that sounds like a murderer, right? Y'all watch movies, you know, murderers just be traveling on desert roads in Montana somewhere, murdering people. They're in some type of old Cutlass or something like that, or some raggedy but beat Cadillac, and they're driving around murdering people. I understand. I get it. But Kyle Rittenhouse drove 30 minutes from his house, if that, to where his dad lives and where he works. So when somebody says across state lines, it's a triggering word for you to make your mind believe that this dude just drove from Nevada to Maine with the AR-15 to go disrupt a peaceful protest of Black Lives Matter. I mean, be honest. Did you not think he really, really drove a far distance when somebody says across state lines? Be honest. I know I would. If somebody said, yo, this dude drove across state lines to get some pussy, I'd have been like, God damn, nigga, across state lines? For some pussy? Jesus. You would be like, damn, that's a long way for some ass, right? But if I said, yo, I drove 30 minutes to this chick house, you'd be like, oh, word, you hit? Like it wouldn't be triggering for you like that. But if I said I drove across state lines, you would think I drove a country mile. He drove 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Mythbusters. Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist. There is no evidence backing those claims. If that's the case, any white person that I feel like, I can just call him a white supremacist. And you're just going to have to believe it. Because I have no proof this person is a white supremacist. They've never said they were a white supremacist. There's no evidence of him being supreme to anyone. He's 17 years old. He's not even supreme in his own house. How is he supreme? Man, look. There is no evidence backing that claim. Even our own president called this man a white supremacist. Imagine if a black man was on trial and your president said he was guilty before the trial was over. Y'all would be livid. Say I'm lying. If a black person was on trial and the president of the United States of America said he was guilty before the trial ended, you would, almost no matter what he did or was accused of, if it was shaky like this one, say I'm lying. All right. Y'all don't want to keep it real today. I understand. There is no evidence that Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist, but I've pulled up a YouTube clip of maybe a 2-minute monologue, or like a 2-minute collage of just a bunch of videos, montage. Excuse me, what the hell? About a 2-minute montage of news anchors and personalities on TV personalities saying Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist. They have absolutely no evidence of being a white. So can y'all Google white supremacist? Maybe y'all think white supremacist is like a boogeyman or something. Google what that means and kind of think to yourself, have you ever even met someone like that? Like, really? You need to Google it, because I think that a white person is starting to be synonymous with white supremacists. Y'all are not judging people properly by the definition of the word. Okay? Remember, words mean things. Okay? Kids? Another, like I said earlier, grabbing headline: Kyle drove across state lines and murdered 2 people and injured 1. Like I said, if you hear that, you're going to be like, oh my God, I hope they caught that murderer. Correct? I know I would if I read it. But in actuality, if you read, or if the media told people the whole truth and stop trying to divide the nation all the time to create chaos, to validate their jobs. Hello? Y'all need to come upstairs with it. Kyle came, from the video I seen, Kyle came there to protect businesses in the town he worked in, his father lived, against looters and arsonists from burning down businesses and causing trouble in the neighborhood. From what I've seen, all I can go by is what I've seen. I don't know Kyle's personal life, but I do know from investigations that there was no motive conducive to murdering people. All I know is the facts on the ground. And that's all y'all know. So anything else you're making up. Think about that. If all we know is the facts on the ground, what I just mentioned is all we know, then whatever you're saying is made up. Anything you're saying contrary to what I'm telling you right now is made up. These people were protesting because Jacob Blake got shot. You've seen who Jacob Blake was and what he was doing. A black woman called the police on Jacob Blake. Mythbusters. Kyle shot black people. Kyle is white. And all people involved in this situation are white. White. Kyle is white. Rosenbaum is white. Huber is white. Grosenkreutz is white. This had absolutely nothing to do with a black person. In closing, why do we as black people give a fuck? Honestly. Why do we really care? This has nothing to do with us whatsoever. When I mean nothing, nothing. Yeah, sure. It was a Black Lives Matter demonstration. I'm not sure if it was a protest. Burning down a building does absolutely nothing. And if any of y'all are condoning burning down buildings for the Jacob Blake I just told y'all about, then y'all may need to do some inner reflecting. because I'm sure y'all don't live y'all lives that way. Like y'all are in plush apartment high rises in South Buckhead. Okay? Stop acting like y'all deal with these issues on a day-to-day basis to where you're so engulfed on this stuff and so attached that you'll just lie. You just lie. What I believe is that women are very tribal. So you're usually going to go with what most women are doing, especially women in your age cohort. You don't want to stand out that much. I see it like with masks and things of that nature. Like when you see a lot of women wearing masks, you'll see a chick, oh man, we got to wear a mask, and they're throwing a mask and go in there because they don't want to be odd. They don't want to be awkward. They don't want the confrontation of not doing what everybody else is doing. Guess what everybody is doing? Not thinking. And we need to bring independent thinking back, not group think. So just because you and your homegirls are black and y'all all agree on the same thing, it doesn't mean that you now negate yourself from thinking about stuff. Just because your homegirl agrees with it. Ask questions like, well, why was he there? What did he do to shoot people? Why were they chasing him? You know what I'm saying? Like ask questions. Don't just take what everybody is telling you. But going back to what I said earlier, why do we give a fuck? Why? This has nothing to do with us. There are so many issues in our own community that we don't address, but for some reason we are glued to the TV for some white boy shooting 3 white men. Y'all crazy as hell. But let me get out of here, man. I'm Chris Hall. You have been tuned into the Chris Hall Show. Don't forget, Sex Life Season 1, Episode 6 in its entirety is out right now. Also, check out a little teaser that I also put on my IG as well. Let me see. Check out the video on my IG as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is inside the profile. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted anytime I drop some new content. I'm going to be dropping more videos like this on topics because I can't be waiting all the way until Wednesday to reach out to y'all. See y'all on the next one. Stay thirsty, my friends. I'm out.